No way. Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good evening, everybody.
Evening.
What's going on, baby?
Don't have the music. And the intro.
I can't do that. I got information people.
Oh,
Gesundheit.
well,
Yeah, I've been married 40
welcome.
years.
Welcome to the show. I think it's called Grumpy Old Soldiers.
Get off my
Howdy,
lawn.
everybody.
Hey.
We had video running and I didn't realize that I was looking at the wrong screen.
No way. Not you,
Yeah.
Chuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to believe it, no matter what you say.
Nope.
So how you doing tonight, Dylan? How's work going?
We're going good so far for the most part. Still dealing with kids throwing shit, but then again, at the same time, that's what kids do.
Well, don't throw stuff at them first. That
No,
helps.
I don't. I sit there, go out there, do my job like I'm supposed to do it. I get hit in the head with a milk carton once or twice a day.
That's all? Shit, how often do they chase you down and steal your lunch money?
They don't. They just sit there and throw those fucking ices that the school offers.
Mm,
Them shit hurt worse than the milk cartons.
yeah. Do you have any family business you want to talk about, or are we going to skip that?
I'll save that for a little bit later.
Okay.
Towards
I've got some housekeeping.
Yeah.
Our brother Terry, not doing so well, guys.
Oh no.
Let's keep him in our prayers. I guess he's in hospice now, and it could be any time. So just keep him in your prayers.
Yep.
That's too bad. Oh my gosh. So how are you doing, Jim?
I'm doing good. I'm doing real good.
Good.
You're looking good.
I'm feeling good. Still losing weight. Still doing as little as possible.
No, you're still doing that carnivore diet, right?
Well, I'm a dirty carnivore now. I eat some fruits and some vegetables, and I like V8 juice. So
Yeah.
fuck it, I drink it.
Yeah.
I like apples. I eat them. I like grapes. I eat them. I did cut back on the peas and corn because that is, a starch at the.
Well, don't call corn a starch. There's nothing it does. It comes out the same way it went in.
Yup.
There's no nutritional value in corn.
Yep. So that means Jimmy can crap corn and nobody cares.
Yeah.
That's right.
How are you doing tonight, JT?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. Could do better, but everything's relatively the same. Same old, out on the high seas.
Hmm.
Got the imaginary whales chasing me and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's Dylan.
Hey.
They did it.
Don't you start.
What about you, Chuck? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good. We're we got a bid on doing fixing up the last 3 rooms of the house, and it's kind of high, but we were kind of expecting that.
Are you handy at all?
No,
Oh,
I have terrible coordination.
Yeah, but do you
I was
get
gonna
in the
say,
way?
man, you just put on your phone. We'll FaceTime. I could talk you through a lot of these repairs.
Oh,
Now, when you say it's terrible coordination, Chuck, is it terrible hand-to-eye coordination?
not really, no, because I game a lot. But
Okay.
doing anything, I was in gymnastics for 2 years in high school, and at the end I got a 4.7 out of 10 on a compulsory routine. That's how bad my coordination is.
Oh, so that's why you didn't play with your Eurythmics.
Yeah.
I saw that picture you posted up. Typical drummer puts his drums facing a wall. The audience is the other way, dude.
Oh man. So what else is going on? Oh, okay. I want to tell the audience, everybody watching now. Hey, Neil Pitts, and Brian, and Devin, and let's see, Butter Squad.
On Jeremy.
Oh, there's Ron Jeremy.
Hey, Brian.
Alright. Neil.
YouTube.
Yeah, Devin's in there.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't you kick that guy Raw Chuck out of there?
Mm-mm.
You
We
didn't?
can't get rid of him.
Why?
I don't know.
Bad penny, man.
Damn, he's like a freaking
Spider.
Splinter that you can't get rid of.
But YouTube in the last few months, when we started this channel, you needed 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watched and some other things too, but the other things are easily achievable. Well, they've changed it in the last few months. They lowered the minimum number of views or subscribers to 500 and minimal watch hours, they cut that in half too. So our old channel has 230 something subscribers. So I'm thinking about moving back to that channel, and it's something I hate to do because telling somebody, we've moved, meet us in the new place, never goes well.
Right.
But yeah, and so there's a poll. If we do move, should we tell Dylan?
That's fucked up, Chuck, because you.
Okay, wait a minute. This has got nothing to do with you.
Apparently it does, because as you see, Chuck just said, should we tell Dylan? Obviously it has something to do with me too.
Well, what's this me stuff, man?
Hey, Ed
That sounds
Barkley.
like a
Decision
mental
has nothing
disorder.
to do with you.
Listen, Mr. Santa Claus.
Hey, Ed.
How's it going, Ed?
Hey, Ed.
Brother.
So,
And Mr. Brett Whitney too.
and I'm gonna do
Oh, there's Brett.
a reach around. Hey, Brett. I'm gonna do a reach around on the first week. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, I'm still in the process of upgrading the PC so that we can get a more stable view, and also I'll be able to do a game streaming channel as well.
Cool.
As I play World of
Excellent.
Warcraft several hours every day.
Hey, what am I going to win that first reach around?
I don't know, man. We should make sure you don't win though. Not this time. You've won a couple times in the past.
Well, that don't count. This is the new year.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and now you're on the panel, so
That doesn't matter.
I'll
Yeah.
fire you for a night, JG.
Okay, thanks, brother. Good looking out.
So one of the things I did to upgrade the step I was at is to buy a new processor for the computer I'm using now, so it can enable another drive slot and faster speed. But I take the old parts and put them on my old computer so I can use that for streaming. It's a long story, but yeah. So I bought a CPU. And it got here, and I used it for a few days, and it died. So I had to return that. I just got approved to get the money back on that, so I can buy another one. Go through it all over.
How
again.
does this make you feel?
Angst.
Kind of like this. Angst?
Angst. Lots of
Good
angst.
word.
You don't want to stab your mother, do you?
No. I'd have a hell of a
about
time
Dylan?
finding her. She's spread out over several graves.
How about Dylan?
Yeah.
Hey, keep me out of it.
I can't reach that.
And one
far.
time offer.
Can't
Oh,
reach
if he
me
says
either way.
yes, I'll know he's normal.
Well, no, Jim. The only reason why
Thanks,
you're
Brian.
normal is you're a genius. That's why. Geniuses are always normal.
Oh yeah. And the little knot on my chin is starting to go away now. Anyway, that's enough about me.
Okay, you started untying
I
the
was captivated.
Yeah, you got a knot on your chin. What makes you think that everybody else don't want one just like that, dude?
Oh,
Come on.
it's no trouble. All you got to do is get a serious infection and cavity in one of your molars.
Oof.
Oh,
I can't do that.
Yeah, that happened the same week as the water flooding the house.
Yep.
So,
That's about how it works out.
yeah.
yeah, but if you gotta have misery, get it all over with at once.
Well, that's
Right.
Yep.
yeah. Not like I have a choice, but yeah.
Eh,
It's almost like every time we get some kind of decent windfall, you know, we're sitting there making plans, something goes out.
Yeah.
Water
Oh.
heater,
Yep.
fucking air conditioning.
yeah.
Yeah.
Water pump.
Yeah. Dylan.
Damn it,
Yeah.
Brett. Hey. Okay, that was the perfect damn it Dylan moment.
Yeah. And
I gotta
missed
leave it alone.
There we go. Damn it, Dylan.
I like Jim's damn it Dylan better than yours. I'm sorry.
This is a precursor.
But hey, Chuck, Brett just said Dylan has a racist noose around his neck. MAGA got him.
That's funny. Oh my gosh.
Oh shit.
Let's see here.
And
Whoop. Let's do that and do that. And do share screen. Yes.
And new tonight, after a back and forth between President Trump and Colombia's President Gustavo Petro, Petro says it has agreed to accept deported migrants. As a result, the U.S. dropped its tariff threat, but is maintaining.
Doggone it.
Duck on it.
I'm on the wrong screen already.
Drat it all.
There we go.
Other penalties against the South American nation. The two leaders were at odds after the Colombian government turned away two U.S. military planes carrying migrants who were being deported. Petro felt
I did it again.
You did it
the
again.
migrants were being treated like
Okay.
criminals. In
Damn it,
response,
Dylan.
President Trump announced emergency tariffs and sanctions against Colombia.
Yeah, so Colombia's president had decided that he wasn't going to accept the people we were bringing back to him, and saying that, well, let me tell you this too. He is not very popular in his country right now.
No, he's a
think?
socialist douchebag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, we don't want those people back because you treated them like dogs. It's like, bullshit. And so,
Well,
go ahead.
didn't you see him welcoming them back at the airport, telling them that they love them and they're back with people that will care for them?
Yeah, when they finally let him in. But
Yeah.
he here.
Shortly
story.
after that, Petro doubled down, saying he would send his own plane to get the migrants and bring them to his country. He also ordered increased import tariffs on U.S. goods. We spoke with the assistant manager of a local Colombian restaurant who said she stands with Trump's actions.
I am not thinking that Trump is doing something bad. It's perfectly understandable because, okay, what do you want that I do with all these people? If I am sending to your country and you say no, okay, you need to do something.
Yep.
Because this is my country, I need to take care about my country. Take care about your country, President Petro.
The U.S. Embassy in Bogota suspended visa processing in retaliation for Colombia's refusal to accept repatriation flights. The suspension applies to immigrant and non-immigrant visas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that lasted all about, what, an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah. Boys playing hardball.
Yep.
Yep. I believe this is called the find out part of that statement.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
We done went through the FA stage. Now we in the FO stage. And but the problem is, no matter how hard they scream and yell and try to poke this and show that, dude, we got logic to back it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like them sitting there trying to take it to court every time he's done something, you know.
Yeah.
Like, what was the first one? Was the money they cut off to the NGOs? They're running around telling everybody, it's going to get your food SNAP card. It's going to cut off grandma's Social Security and Medicaid.
Man.
Ah, please.
Man.
But see,
But,
people
hey.
believe that. My mother's one of those. She'll hear something like that, and then she goes bananas because they're going to mess with my Social Security. I'm trying to tell her mother, they're just trying to wind you up. Do you really think Trump's going to mess with old people?
Yeah, but
He wants career people.
Yeah, the Democrats have always used that tactic since the 1970s.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
It's for the children, it's
We
for
should-
the old people.
And Big
they're
Brother,
gonna push grandma off a cliff.
Big Brother, my family's the same exact way. They get all riled up over the stupid shit that they hear and see on fucking TV, the shit that they fucking read. It's like, listen, just shut the fuck up at this point.
It's hard not to, though, because so many, for years, we had been able to trust the news, at least to a point. And,
Right.
And a lot of us older people still have that in the back of our head, that Walter Cronkite is still there telling us the truth. And that's not the case anymore.
Right.
Dan Rather.
And somebody told me this, you know, and this was years ago before I met you gentlemen, you know, some of the news that they distribute, whether you're reading the news or you're watching the news or you're listening on the car radio, some of the shit that these people put out is false news.
Yeah, but
There
see,
are some
your
people
generation only sees that. Our generation didn't have that. Obama made sure that the Smith-Mundt Act, which made it illegal for propaganda to be used inside the United States by our own government.
Right. No, and I believe that, but you know, at the same time, you know, that's what I'm saying, you know, some of the false news and everything, you know, I also got told, you know, you got to pick apart, you know, what's real and what's fake.
Yeah.
You know, at the same time, you know, that's what I'm saying, you know, some of the people can't really believe, you know, everything that they see and hear, because you have to, you know, I understand where you're coming from, JT. I truly do, you know, but at the same time, you know, you also have to pick out what's real and what's fake.
Well,
you know, that way determine
things that are not backed up by actual facts are generally not worth believing. It's not good to believe anything that isn't backed up.
Right.
Yes, and you got to remember, some of these people popped into a law school for a couple minutes, and now all of a sudden they're fucking master wizards of knowing all the laws, and they make shit up.
Yeah.
You know,
What do they call it? Jailhouse lawyer, barracks lawyer.
Yeah, jailhouse lawyer. But they're gray area walkers. There's no black and white. They don't understand that. You know, walk into a wall. It's either there or not.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. And I've always tried to live my life black and white. It's so simple. It's yes or no. It's there or not. You know.
Not me. I wanted to, but I learned really young that things are not that way.
Yeah, but see, we had musicians like Pink Floyd. Remember The Wall?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you watch the movie I'm talking about? Okay. Well, you knew about the hammers and all that.
Yeah.
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 But we've all,
Speaking of movies, I can't remember what channel, what streaming service I saw it on. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Oh, wow. With Steve Martin and Aerosmith and everybody.
I'm sorry, brother. I lived through that era.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But I don't remember if I saw it or not. I just
I remember seeing it. I was high as hell.
hey, it'd have to be.
But I only watched it because that's what was on. We was all in the basement getting high, and somebody
Wait a
put that
minute,
on.
wait a minute. You didn't have flashing lights in there and shit, did you?
No.
Okay.
The
I
only
was starting to worry
flashing light-
about you.
Stock market's open.
Sorry.
Yeah, do you remember you had to hit that little tracking knob on the VCR?
Well, Chuck went full bore, man, and had the lighted dance floor and everything, and the crystal ball spinning around.
Yeah. So I can't remember which one of y'all brought this to my attention, but on Monday, NVIDIA lost a lot of stock. Well, their stock came down 17% because turns out you don't need multi-billions of dollars to build an AI. There's a company in China who did it in less than 6 months on 6 million using old NVIDIA stuff.
Stock market's
And what in the next couple of days after that happened, what have they been finding out? It's really not what everybody's made it out to be.
Yeah, that's what we're going to find out. Where'd it go? There we go.
CB?
open just a few minutes ago, and it's not pretty. Down big, especially the tech-heavy NASDAQ. CNN's Matt Egan is here to explain what we're seeing and why, Matt.
Yeah, John, we've got a bit of a tech sell-off this morning, and it's being caused by earth-shattering developments in the AI space. So let's take a look at this. Did you see the Dow down more than 140 points right now? The S&P solidly lower, but the real action is over here in the NASDAQ, 600 points lower, nearly 3%, on track for one of its worst days in the past 2 years. And here's why. There's a Chinese startup that few people had ever heard of until the past few days, and it has emerged as a real player in the AI arms race. It's called DeepSeek, and investors, and I would imagine officials in Washington, are stunned to learn that DeepSeek's AI model has developed technology that can actually be competitive with OpenAI and Google and XAI and all these more established players. It's only been around for a bit, but DeepSeek has already vaulted to the top of the App Store on Apple as the most downloaded app, passing ChatGPT, which is pretty shocking. Look at that, number one. Veteran investor, billionaire Mark Andreessen, he's a legendary tech investor. He said that DeepSeek is, quote, one of the most amazing and impressive breakthroughs that he has ever seen. Now, the most stunning thing here isn't necessarily that China has developed a pretty good AI app. It's how cheap it is. DeepSeek says that their AI model only cost $5.6 million. Now, we don't know that, but if that's true, that is pretty stunning. Anthropic, one of the leading AI companies, has said that it costs about $100 million to $1 billion to develop an AI model. We know that Mark Zuckerberg, the Meta CEO, says that his company plans to spend $65 billion on AI. So, John, look, this is all really questioning sort of the foundation here of the AI boom, which is that it requires a lot of spending, which is that the US is running away with the AI arms race, and it's also questioning some of the big positives that had pushed markets to record highs.
A lot of people have put a lot of money into AI, and now they're wondering if that money is needed the way that some of these American companies have said it is.
Exactly.
We just don't know if the claims being made by these Chinese companies.
Yeah, this is moving so fast. It's stunning.
All right, we're going to...
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's like JT said, the proof's in the pudding. You've got to see if it really works.
Yeah, but see, there's also the theory that this was done because as a hit to the economy, at about the same time that the Trump administration has set up a fight between the Federal Reserve and the Treasury.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, gentlemen, I don't mean to go back to the previous topic we were talking about, but my father had a question, and this is strictly for Jim. For what you mentioned, Jim, my father said, was it the Beatles version or Bee Gees version with Peter Frampton?
Oh, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I just skipped by and I saw it.
I forgot about that
19... I can't remember what year it was either. I don't know. I
Had
have
to
to
be
look
around
again.
80.
Yeah,
Had to be around
I'll
80.
look after the show.
Yeah, he just
Yeah,
put
it's
that
like I
question.
said, I didn't remember that era.
Hey, Troy.
Yeah, he just put that question. He just told me to ask you that question, Jim. Sorry about that, Chuck.
No, that's cool.
Oh, I'll check back. I'll check after the show.
That's a cool question. I mean, yeah,
Because
I'm
the
curious.
Beatles version was a cartoon mainly.
Yeah.
Okay. But it still had Peter Frampton.
Yeah.
Not
But
the
I want to go
Beatles.
back to this AI thing because they said they can do it for just under 6.
Yeah.
Have you seen how Google and Facebook and all them run their corporate offices?
Yup. Even Apple. too.
It's no doubt they're going to spend $65 billion.
Yeah.
I mean, half of it goes in, cry closets and isopods and, you work 10 minutes and you get 3 hours in the nap time, Oh.
Right, but at the same time with AI, no matter what the company is, Jim, they all say the same shit. People like me and you, we're all gonna tell them the same shit. It's not that bright. Yeah, you can sit there and say, "Oh well, we're still working on it to make it better," but the fuck is it doing? Look at Apple shit for example. Their new major software that they have now, they just added Apple Intelligence, which is their version of AI, to all their phones, and people are complaining about it. People are complaining about Meta AI. I was ruining their shit.
Then don't use it. It's that simple.
Yeah.
I mean, I have
Besides,
Copilot. Copilot's always there on my browser, but I just don't have to use it.
Yep.
but also, it's not like there's this quantum chip idea that they're saying could really take over the AI industry. And when they jump to almost to where it realizes it's a sentient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never know, but I saw enough of those movies. I don't trust silver men walking down the street with guns.
No.
No.
That's like the little X's in the grocery store that you're supposed to stand on. I've seen enough Roadrunner cartoons. I ain't falling for that shit.
You know it, brother.
Yeah, going back to something I said in chat a minute ago, AOC's got things to say about what's going on right now.
Oh, she's always got things to say.
Yes, she does.
Well, she's got to keep that position as the dumbest person in Congress.
Oh, hang on. Damn it. I'm just not going to. There we go.
Damn it, Dylan.
Our friend, Congresswoman
Let me back that up.
Kayleigh McEnany,
Damn
is a
it, Dylan.
co-host of Outnumbered. When all of this happened, our friend, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she posted this. To punish Colombia, Trump is about to make every American pay even more for coffee. Remember, we pay the tariffs, not Colombia. Trump is all about making inflation worse for working class Americans, not better. He's lining the pockets of himself and the billionaire class. I felt like, I don't know her, but I would love to have taken her aside and be like, oh, no, that's, you still don't understand what happened in November.
Yes, she does not. But the rest of her party may. I mean, interestingly, so she said this, which is factually untrue. Could be, yes, it could lead to inflation, tariffs. There's also a universe in which people lower their prices, other countries lower their prices, and the prices could come down because they want access to the U.S. market. So there's all kinds of economic arguments you can make in response. But the broader point is when you look at 2028 contenders, those individuals have not been very vocal on the J6 pardons, have not been very vocal on the sham accusations against Elon Musk and his hand gesture at a rally. They've been very muted. She's one of the few exceptions, along with Pritzker. I think the rest of the party has learned, let's step back, take a breath. He's right on immigration.
I mean, this sent a very strong message over the weekend, and how fast it all happened was remarkable, and perhaps sends a message about how more of this is going to be handled in the future, because it seems like they're only getting started.
Oh, without a doubt. And this tit for tat with Colombia, think about the message that sends to Mexico, to Canada. The Wall Street Journal's reporting Trump's serious about tariffs. Aides are saying that February 1st deadline, he very well might do it. What does this say to Russia, where he's threatened tariffs if they don't come to a deal with
Look,
Ukraine?
I mean, China won't take their people back.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that one turns out. And then J.D. Vance was asked about immigration and especially about the vetting of service people who helped us in Afghanistan and then we're here. So he was asked about this on the Sunday show. Watch here.
Just like the guy who planned a terrorist attack in Oklahoma a few months ago, he was allegedly properly vetted, and many people in the media and the Democratic Party said that he was properly vetted. Clearly he wasn't. I don't want my children to share a neighborhood with people who are not properly vetted, and because I don't want it for my kids, I'm not going to force any other American citizens' kids to do that either.
No, and that was a very particular case. It wasn't clear if he was radicalized when he got here or while he was living here.
I don't really care, Margaret. I don't want that person in my country, and I think most Americans agree with me.
Okay.
Memes of I don't really care, Margaret.
Yes.
Pretty good.
He's very good at the one-liners. It was so smart of him to take this issue and put it in the context of his neighbor and extend that out to your neighbor. He made that situation very personal. He was very emphatic about it. It came across as very much common sense. And when you look at this broadly, I get that that was a different circumstance. It was Afghanistan he was mentioning. But in San Antonio, they picked up a guy, a Tren de Aragua gang member, who has a handgun related to a 2024 murder. This individual was given a notice to appear by Joe Biden and released into the country. A Tren de Aragua gang member. This is who they're picking up, and the administration is so smart to put out the images of single adult males boarding planes, put Tom Homan in Chicago, allow cameras from Fox News to follow some of these ICE raids. The imagery is powerful.
Yeah, everything about which we just discussed led Politico to pen this headline. Country went from invisible president to an omnipresent one. As fast as the movers changed out the White House furniture, the country went from an invisible president, unable to command the spotlight, to an omnipresent one who wants the public's attention at all times.
I think that's the point.
Amen.
Yep. Like we said, he's in the find outs part of the FAFO.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you queued up the press secretary shutting them down on immigration?
Let me see if I've got her saved.
I've got
here.
it queued up if you want me to play it.
Yeah. Let's see it.
Amen to this.
So, to foreign nationals who are thinking about trying to illegally enter the United States, think again. Under this president, you will be detained and you will be deported. Every day, Americans are safer because of the violent criminals that President Trump's administration is removing from our communities. On January 23rd, ICE New York arrested a Turkish national for entry without inspection who is a known or suspected terrorist. On January 23rd, ICE San Francisco arrested a citizen of Mexico unlawfully present in the United States who has been convicted of continuous sexual abuse of a child aged 14 years or younger. ICE St. Paul has arrested a citizen of Honduras who was convicted of fourth-degree criminal sexual conduct with a minor. ICE Buffalo arrested a citizen of Ecuador who has been convicted of rape. ICE Boston arrested a citizen of the Dominican Republic who has a criminal conviction for second-degree murder. This criminal was convicted of murder for beating his pregnant wife to death in front of her 5-year-old son. And ICE St. Paul also arrested a citizen of Mexico who was convicted of possessing pornographic material of a minor on a work computer. These are the heinous individuals that this administration is
Why do you want to support these people? Why are you taking to the streets going, oh my God, Orange Man's so bad?
Yeah.
moving from American communities every single day, and to the brave state and local law enforcement officers, CBP, and ICE agents who are helping in the facilitation of this deportation operation, President Trump has your back, and he is grateful for your hard work.
Just following up on the question on immigration first, President Trump during the course of the campaign in 2024 said the following about illegal immigration. He said, they're going back home where they belong, and we start with the criminals. There are many, many criminals. NBC News has learned that ICE arrested 1,179 undocumented immigrants on Sunday, but nearly half of them, 566 of the migrants, appear to have no prior criminal record besides entering the country illegally. Is the president still focused exclusively, which is a civil crime, it's not criminal.
It's a federal crime.
So I'm asking though, he said he was going to focus on those violent offenders first. So is violent offenders no longer the predicate for these people to be deported?
The president has said countless times on the campaign trail, I've been with him at the rallies, I know you've been there covering them too, Peter, that he is focused on launching the largest mass deportation operation in American history of illegal criminals. And if you are an individual, a foreign national, who illegally enters the United States of America, you are, by definition, a criminal. And so therefore, you are subject to deportation.
I apologize for interrupting. So to be clear, it's not violent criminals do not receive precedence in terms of the deportations taking place.
The president has also said two things can be true at the same time. We want to deport illegal criminals, illegal immigrants from this country, but the president has said that, of course, the illegal criminal drug dealers, the rapists, the murderers, the individuals who have committed heinous acts on the interior of our country and who have terrorized law-abiding American citizens, absolutely, those should be the priority of ICE, but that doesn't mean that the other illegal criminals who entered our nation's borders are off the table.
Immigration. Of the 3,500 arrests ICE has made so far since President Trump came back into office, can you just tell us the numbers? How many have a criminal record versus those who are just in the country illegally?
All of them. All of them, because they illegally broke our nation's laws and therefore they are criminals as far as this administration goes. I know the last administration didn't see it that way, so it's a big culture shift in our nation to view someone who breaks our immigration laws as a criminal, but that's exactly what they are.
You're not one of the worst first. They all have a criminal record.
Oh, it just goes on with that stupidity. You said you was only going to get the bad people. Well, they're all bad people. But if Chuck is a wanted criminal and I arrest him and he is in a room with 3 other illegal aliens, whether they got a record or not, you get scooped up too.
Yep.
Yep. And I'll rat them out.
Yeah, you probably would.
We know, Chuck.
Oh, I love that. They're all criminal.
I think he picked a good person for the press secretary.
Yes. Well handled. She said what she said. She didn't go back on any of it. She made sure to end her sentences with a period instead of a question mark like young people do.
Really?
But she was matter of fact. But they were saying the last number I saw was 93% reduction in immigration this week alone.
Yep.
Tell me it can't be done.
Yep.
Kind of gave me the warm fuzzies, some of those first videos, watching those military men out there in their nice uniforms, putting up barbed wire and welding and running, using tools.
Doing what they should
do. I'm doing it again.
Cartel shoots at us, we get to shoot back.
That's a fun part.
Let's see. Trying to think. I thought there was something else. Oh, yeah. Let's see. This video is kind of long, so I'm not going to play all of it. I hope to skip any commercials too, but it's explaining the Trump's idea of an ERS instead of IRS.
Exterior Revenue Service.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm agreeing.
forgot. Unmute tab. Do that.
Giving up a
I'll
big
get
chunk of
good
your
at this
paycheck
sometime.
for income taxes? Well, what if I told you that income tax, as we know it, could disappear forever? Well, that's exactly what the new incoming president, Donald Trump, is suggesting with the groundbreaking announcement of what he's calling the External Revenue Service. Now, the plan is to stop taxing American citizens and to start collecting revenue from foreign trade instead.
Well, we'll still pay for that. It's just we'll pay in a different
Yeah,
way.
I got one question. Do you think Melania will say anything when we move in, Jim?
No, because she likes me.
Okay. You can say a good word or two about me if you would, brother.
Oh, I will.
This isn't just a small tweak.
don't mention
This would be a
it, baby.
complete rewrite of the entire U.S. taxation system that could be the solution to freeing Americans. Now, it's not just some crazy idea. It's actually taking things back to how things were in the past.
Another thing too, this made me think of this, which is a possibility, that if they were to switch over to that, everything that is drawing money from the government right now will have to be reapproved to go there, to get money from ERS instead of IRS.
Damn.
So so if they do it, that's an upside right there.
Past. So in this video, I'm going to break down the details of Trump's ERS
But don't you think that would be a slow switch to keep everything from going all fucky?
I hope. I don't know, man. I can't picture it. I just,
Because it's not just flip a switch and then all of a sudden, you know.
Yeah.
You have to move a pipeline from one spot to another, and the other one's got to be ready to go when you get there.
You told me you wasn't going to tell everybody that.
What this would mean for the U.S., what it could mean for the rest of the world, what the probability of something like this even going through is, and of course, what to expect and what we can do regardless of what happens. So make sure you stick around because this could be one of the most important financial shifts of our lifetime. So let's go. All right, we're jumping right in. We're going to talk about this new proposal by President Trump. And hang on, before you may turn this video off because maybe you're not from America, not from the United States, this matters, right? This is going to change the entire globe's trade and how this works. And so make sure you stick around to the end, regardless if this affects you as an American citizen or not. But you probably heard, whether you're an American or not, of the IRS, which is the Internal Revenue Service, which was started in 1913. We'll talk about that in a second. But he is now proposing the formation of the ERS, which instead of internally Revenue Service is an External Revenue Service. Now, this is the I for the E. Now, this started with his tweet that went out right here. And actually, you know, it didn't really start here, but let's start here. Okay, so he put out a tweet for far too long. Make America great again. For far too long, we, the American people, have relied on taxing our great people, the very fine people. They're so fine, the fine people, right? Taxing our great people using the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS. He says that Donald Trump will create the external, all in caps, External Revenue Service to collect tariffs, duties, and revenue from there. Starting January 20th, 2025 will be the birth date of the ERS, External Revenue Service, to make America great again. So this is happening. This is going to happen, at least is what he is saying is going to happen. Now, basically what he's proposing is instead of taxing the great American people, as he said, let's get money from external people. External people, ERS, that are shipping money in. So this is basically tariffs or taxes. And the reason why I say this didn't just start with his announcement is because during his first term, he started to increase tariffs on countries shipping stuff in. I'll break all this down for you what this means. Now, just to say, like, again, this didn't just start here. It started back when he started doing tariffs. And of course, as he was on the campaign trail running to become president, he started talking about this. As a matter of fact, if we go back to look at some of the stuff, he pledged during the 2024 campaign to impose import taxes, tariffs, of 10% to 20% on all foreign goods. So 10 to 20% across the board. We'll come back and show you what 20% means a little bit later. But basically across the board, taxing stuff 10 to 20% with tariffs and up to 60% on Chinese goods. So he's like, hey, look, these guys are taking American jobs. They're sending low-price stuff over here, subsidizing even their stuff maybe at some point, and we're destroying the American economy. We're not getting any money out of this, and so he wants to stop that. He wants to...
Yeah, if they're going to destroy our economy, The government should get some money from that.
Well, of course, Besides, this guy's got some fucking very intimidating hand gestures, Chuck.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's kind of scary.
That's why I never full size it when I watch him.
Okay, thank you.
But those are some pretty interesting ideas.
Yeah, but it works. We know it works. It's been done before.
We've done it in the past.
Yeah. But hopefully we just need that kickstart, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think it'll be energy.
Yeah.
But it is quite a shock, like that other video said. We went from a non-existent, non-viewable president to one that's in your face every damn day so far.
Yeah, just going boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
Keep it going. It's like the boxer that runs out there, taking on the big guy. All you got to hit him hard every time.
Welcome back.
Eventually,
The
he will
Senate's
go
starting
down.
to move quickly.
Yep.
Yep. I didn't kidney punch him.
So people they have all sorts of claims on what Tulsi Gabbard would not be good for right now.
But these people that are doing that, their track record speaks 180 degrees of what they do. Look at the ones they approved for Biden. I'm sorry. They put a mentally ill man in as the, head of HHS, Health and Human Services, Dr. Rachel.
Oh, yeah.
What about the nuclear guy there that dressed like a woman and stole airport luggage?
Yeah, got busted, was going to court and got busted again at another airport stealing some more dresses.
And then I thought it was a third time after that.
And probably was, yeah. Yeah, because I saw the person who he stole clothes from the second or third time is also an online content creator. She gave the breakdown of it. It was great.
But guys, get this. Down in the chamber, they're going to have missionary sex for those movies.
What's up, Vinny?
Not porn. You don't remember those guys that got busted for making the gay porn in the Senate chambers?
No.
Yeah.
So now it's all going to be mission position.
Oh, man.
Come on, get up and sleep.
Oh, man.
Welcome back. The Senate starting to move quickly on President Trump's cabinet picks, confirming Sean Duffy as transportation secretary last night in a vote 77-22. More hearings happening today. RFK Jr. for HHS secretary, Howard Lutnick for commerce secretary, and Kelly Loeffler for the head of the Small Business Administration. Tomorrow's hearings include Kash Patel for FBI director and Tulsi Gabbard for the director of national intelligence. Some Republican senators reportedly want the Intelligence Committee to hold an open vote on Gabbard rather than do so behind closed doors. Joining me now is Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton. He is the chairman of the Select Committee on Intelligence and the author of 7 Things You Can't Say About China. Senator, great to have you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us, Mr. Chairman.
Hey, thank you, Maria. It's good to be on with you.
Will we see the Tulsi Gabbard vote in the open, or is that happening behind closed doors?
Maria, we'll conduct the hearing for Ms. Gabbard exactly the way we did for Director Ratcliffe at the CIA. The committee rules only release the vote tallies, not the roll call itself. However, as with Mr. Ratcliffe and past nominees, as a practical matter, the vote roll call is usually known within just a few minutes as senators make statements or the media make inquiries. So you can be confident that everyone will know where everyone stands on Ms. Gabbard, as well as everywhere where they stand on every other nominee that President Trump sent to the Senate.
Mr. Chairman, how do you assess these hearings right now? I mean, I've been talking about this all morning, the fact that you're in the majority, but it seems like the Democrats keep coming up with ideas to, stall or make it longer. Like now they're trying to postpone Russ' vote as if he's controversial in any way, shape, or form because of the freeze in funding. How's it going?
Well, the Democrats are certainly good at manufacturing a lot of baseless claims and allegations. I mean, consider Ms. Gabbard. For years, they've questioned her patriotism. This is a woman who served 21 years in uniform, who's passed 5 background checks. I reviewed the latest one last week. It's clean as a whistle. So there's no end to what the Democrats will manufacture as baseless claims or procedural stalling tactics for these nominees. However, we're moving along. We're getting them confirmed. We've told the Democrats we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. And the hard way means we're going to be in through nights and through weekends. The Democrats want to do that through Friday night on Pete Hegseth. That's exactly what we did. We got him confirmed late Friday night. Then they threw in the towel for the weekend. We're actually ahead of where we would have been if the Democrats had dug in their heels and made us stay in session through the weekend, overnight. So I think we're moving along with good pace. We're going to get Lee Zeldin confirmed to the EPA today. We're going to start working on Doug Burgum. And I predict before we leave for the weekend, if we leave, we'll confirm Doug Burgum to be Secretary of Interior, Chris Wright to be Secretary of Energy, and Doug Collins to be Secretary of Veterans Affairs.
That's terrific. Congrats on that. We'll be watching that. Now the work begins in terms of executing the president's agenda. What do you favor? Putting everything in one big bill? How will you execute the president's agenda, including the extension of the tax cuts?
I'm with the president on this one. I favor whatever we can get 218 votes and 51 votes in the Senate for to actually make America safer and more prosperous, to extend and enhance those tax cuts, to secure our border, to unleash American energy production, to rebuild our military. I don't think most Americans care that much about how we get it done, just as long as we get it done and make sure that America is safer and more prosperous than it was for 4 years under Joe Biden's failed presidency.
Well, I certainly want to get to rebuilding the military. I love what you all are talking about, but let's talk first on China and your book, The 7 Things You Can't Say. China is pushing back on the CIA, finally admitting that COVID likely originated from that lab in Wuhan. China's foreign ministry is claiming that it is extremely unlikely that the pandemic was caused by a lab leak. All of this coming just 2 days after CIA Director John Ratcliffe was sworn in. He joined me on Sunday Morning Futures. Watch this.
I had the opportunity on my first day to make public an assessment that actually took place in the Biden administration. So it can't be accused of being political, and it does assess. The CIA has assessed that the most likely cause of this pandemic that has wrought so much devastation around the world was because of a lab-related incident in Wuhan. And so we'll continue to investigate that moving forward. But I think it was important for the American people to see an institution like the CIA get off the sidelines and be truthful about what our intelligence shows, at the same time of protecting us from adversaries like China if they caused or contributed to this.
But of course, Senator, you were the first to flag that COVID did leak from the lab, likely. You were with me in February 2020, and your work speaks for itself. Here it is.
China was lying from the beginning, and they're still lying today. This virus did not originate in the Wuhan animal market. The virus went into that food market before it came out of that food market. We also know that just a few miles away from that food market is China's only biosafety level 4 super laboratory that researches human infectious diseases. Now, we don't have evidence that this disease originated there, but because of China's duplicity and dishonesty from the beginning, we need to at least ask the question to see what the evidence says. And China right now is not giving any evidence on that question at all.
No. Senator, thank you for your leadership and your incredible work. You nailed it back then and continue to show incredible leadership. What should we understand about communist China?
Yeah, Maria, being on your show talking about this with you 5 years later is like a trip down memory lane or deja vu. Because, as you say, it was on your show that I first said where any person with common sense and 2 eyes would have concluded that this virus almost certainly came from a laboratory. I was pleased to see that CIA has now reached that same conclusion. And as Director Ratcliffe said, that happened on Joe Biden's watch. I read that report before Director Ratcliffe publicized it. It happened in the final week of the Biden administration. It cannot be accused of a politicized intelligence assessment. That's the best evidence we have. I think the question now is whether we're going to make communist China pay. I write in my new book, 7 Things You Can't Say About China, that China is an evil empire, that China is waging economic world war. China is preparing for war. China has infiltrated our society and our government, and the only way to stop this is to recognize the threat. 7 Things You Can't Say About China tries to ring the alarm bell for every American about the threat that communist China poses to our way of life. There are some things we can do right away. I have legislation that I once sponsored with Secretary of State Marco Rubio that I now continue to sponsor with others like Josh Hawley that would take away China's permanent most favored nation status. We can make sure that we're building our military in a way that deters Chinese aggression in the Western Pacific. President Trump is talking about posing across-the-board sanctions on Chinese products. We need to reshore a lot of critical manufacturing and other industrial production so we're not dependent on China for critical things like rare earth elements or basic pharmaceuticals. These are all things that China has done to challenge our global primacy, and we have to recognize the threat if we're going to beat that challenge back.
Well, your book is incredibly important. Thank you for the book, because the public does need to understand the threat here. Would you support removing Chinese stocks from American exchanges, sir? I mean, look, we know that
All right, that's enough. Oh, man. So, yeah, this is shit. A lot of this shit we knew, well, the Wuhan shit we knew 4.5 years ago. And you couldn't say it back then.
Yeah.
This means I can get my subscription to Pangolins again.
Pangolins Weekly.
Yes. How did you know?
I subscribe to.
Oh, man.
Damn wet markets. No, come on. They know exactly all the way back to where it was made originally in Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Dude, we're not stupid.
But they think we are.
And that's the insulting part. Is they think we're that stupid. We're going to fall for that. We've been playing with this virus, and it's in a lab in China, but it didn't come from here.
Exactly.
No.
But I'm waiting to find out. I want to hear the dirt that Russia got on U.S. biolabs in the Ukraine that were being moved to Africa.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Don't worry about it. We've got one in all 50 states.
At least one.
Don't you feel lucky?
Yeah. I'm in between Kansas and Texas. Yeah, real lucky.
Yeah.
And Arkansas and New Mexico.
They shouldn't have been doing gain of function research. You know, I mean, we could stick with a hypothetical or a theoretical on that. They don't need to actually do it. But they did.
Yeah, but like, what was it here a couple months ago? There was like 35, 40 monkeys got loose from a lab there in South Carolina.
But don't worry.
Come to find out, they weren't doing biological testing on them. They were digging in their skulls for the Chinese and Russians, you know. So it wasn't us paying for it. It's cool.
Damn.
And should we talk about line?
Sure.
Same thing. Same fucking cast of characters. You know?
Yeah. Well, China's probably going to lose their place as a most trusted partner or whatever.
Hey, one of the best moves Trump made was cutting off everything to the World Health Organization.
Yep.
You know, and that leaves a great possibility. Can you imagine if doctors started healing people?
Or doing their own research?
Yeah, you know,
Instead of
not doing medicine, not doing medicine, but doing health care.
Yep.
The devil you
know. I'm sorry, Jim. I know I had one of those weekends. You know, the old lady.
Hey, Nathan, how was your vacation?
Hey, Nate. No,
Now, you know he didn't kill those beagles right off, Brett. He cut their vocal cords for a few days.
That's hard to picture. One of my dogs is half beagle.
Hey, what about the fetus fingers?
Mm.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, we've got some sick fucking people doing stuff for our government under white coats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
good.
and I get the most twisted, man. Look at that dude, Peter Hotez, that threatened to have all sorts of diseases popping up the day after Trump gets sworn into office.
Yeah.
Not good. Hey, Jim, do you have a joke for us?
I might have. There's this penguin. He's taking a cross-country cruise, and his car starts acting up. His check engine light comes on, starts smoking. So he pulls into the next gas station at the town, and he goes up to the mechanic, and he says, "Hey, my car's acting up. Can you look at it?" Mechanic says, "Well, it'll be a little bit before I can get to it." He says, "But I'll look at it." Well, he looks across the street, and he sees an ice cream parlor. He goes, "Why not?" He goes across the street, and he gets himself some ice cream. About an hour later, he comes back to the garage and goes up to the mechanic. He says, "Well, what'd you find out?" He goes, "Wow, looks like you blew a seal." He goes, "No, man, that's vanilla ice cream."
I know, Dylan, that was just supposed to be your secret.
Yes, it was. But it's okay. I gave Big Brother the blessing to throw it all out there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hang on. One other thing. Everybody, I'm still vaping on the Berry Candy. Yeah. Candy King.
Oh, yeah.
Berry Dweebs.
Oh, yeah. Do
And
we
I
want to do
switched-
reach
I
rounds? I mean, buffets real quick?
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry, JT.
Okay. And I switched over to the Ether, and I'm enjoying it much more. Now I see what the big thrill was with the Boro craze.
yeah.
But that's from my great buddy. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Miss you.
Go ahead.
And over here we got the Aries 2 with the tobacco in it on top of the Ursa. Thank you, George. Bobby. And to George, the Lima with the Zeus on top with menthol tobacco in here. And we're running the usual, the Coolfire Z60 with the almost empty Mike Bates MTL intake MTL on top.
Huh.
And other than that, it's a Caliburn with whatever I shove in there. What are you vaping on there, Jim?
What am I vaping on? I have got 5 of them today.
Uh-oh.
I just changed my batteries. I've got the Paranormal to Lost Vape for George with the blaze on top.
Okay.
I've got the
Blaze
AIO, and that has
That's a beautiful color, though.
sour cherry candy in it from Brett. He was nice enough to send me some essential oils. I've got the Sand Vapors Cloud. That's got the Vapors Cloud bridge in it. That's got Cantaloupe Apple in it by none other than Brett. I've got obviously the Cthulhu AIO. That's got Green Apple Jolly Rancher in it. And I've got the Geek Vape Legend with the drop on top of it with Blue Raspberry Sour Belt from Brett. I can't tell Brett sent me a package today, this week.
Hey, Jim. You got to tell the people. You took off your shoe too, didn't you? When you was counting how many of those you had.
I did.
Okay. Had me worried there, brother. It's okay.
It's out. It's out. What are you vaping on, Dylan?
Harpy Slim with the Tita X, thanks to Nick. That has Sinister, which is I think banana orange with French vanilla by Mr. Marquez. Of course, the billet box, thanks to Bobby and Nick for getting me into use billet boxes. That has the sturdy one that also has the Ahoy, which is a pina colada. Fearless Leader, what are you vaping on?
Stubby 21 with the Ponte on it, in it. and also a Vpon T2X. Oh, it doesn't say.
It's
that.
kind of hard to. It's kind of hard to draw on that in that box, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got my own liquid in all of these, and I've got the Shake My Mod. Oh no, this is Vandy Vape. This is the Swell. No, it's not. It's a Pulse. Pulse 2700 with an Asmodus RDA on top, whatever it is.
Hey, watch your mouth.
What? I'm doing. Oh, that's good. That's my apple twist. That's yummy.
Is it right or left-handed twist?
I'm not. I don't know. I'm not told.
Some things are better left unsaid.
Yeah.
Chuck, Mr. Vinny said poll results.
Poll results. Okay, Dylan, I have bad news. We're not going to tell you that we're moving in 2 weeks.
You're right. Just told me 2 weeks. Fucking Chuck.
Sorry, that was for Terry. That's a Terry joke. That's the kind of joke Terry would tell. Everybody keep Terry in your prayers.
Yes, please.
And good night, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
Don't be a
God
dick.
bless. Say a prayer for America.
And always be better.
Things are looking good, but we ain't out of the woods yet.
Sir.
Yep. Keep your head on a swivel.
Copy link to clipboard. There we go. And I put the Zoom link in chat. Anybody who wants to can come and hassle us. Oh, damn it. So, I'm trying to unlock the room too. Unlocked meaning unlocked. There we go.